Well, a Minnesota-raised artist is on a mission to unite communities through art, showcasing a collage of community faces on the sides of buildings and spaces. Celebrity photographer Josh Madsen travels the country displaying signature black and white portraits of people in communities. And this week, he will be in Duluth. He'll be debuting at the Zeitgeist Minnesota Film Festival on Wednesday with a special pop-up live portrait session from 4 to 8 p.m. Guests will have the opportunity to have their photos taken and become part of the growing national project celebrating identity, belonging, and community connection. We spoke with the artist when he scouted Duluth last year for this project.
I really wanted to see people come together in a way that's like harmonious and peaceful, in a way that really shines the light on our similarities as human beings.
These individual portraits are then assembled into large-scale murals and installations that visually represent the collective identity of a community.